Hey, good morning, guys. For our last review session, our last few formulas, we talked about surface areas of cones, volumes of cones, surface areas and volumes of spheres. So the area of the base here is pi r squared because this base is just a circle. So the area of the base is pi r squared like any other circle. And the lateral area, the side of the cone, is pi r L, where L is the slant height. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start off by using Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height of the cone. So we want to find the hypotenuse. So it'll be 8 squared plus 4 squared equals L squared. So let's see, 64 plus 16 is 80 equals L squared, or L equals the square root of 80, which is 4 root 5. Or not 4 root 5. Let's see, 80 is, 16 and 5, 4 root 5. So 4 root 5. And the area of the base, the circle base, is going to be pi r squared, or 16 pi. Pi times 4 squared. The lateral area would be pi times r times L, which would be, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 root 5 times pi would be our lateral area. So the surface area, what we would do is we'd take 16 pi plus 16 root 5 times pi. And if we find the decimal approximation of 16 root 5 rather, so square root of 80 times 4 plus 16, and if I multiply that by pi, I'll get approximately 162.66 square millimeters. Alright, now let's do the same thing for number 7. I'm going to find the lateral area, that's pi RL, which is pi times the radius, and the radius is not 6, it's 3 times 8. My diameter is 6, so half of 6 is 3. So the lateral area is 24 pi. The area of the base is 9 pi, or pi times 3 squared. So the surface area is 9 pi plus 24 pi, which is 33 pi. If I want to find the decimal, that's approximately 103.67. And that's square centimeters. And again, we found the radius of the cone in 7 was 3 centimeters. The lateral surface area we said was 24 pi. And the height, well, let's see. I have 8, 3, and a question mark. So what I can do So I can use my Pythagorean theorem and say 3 squared plus x squared equals 8 squared. So 8 squared minus 3 squared is going to be x squared. So x squared is 55. So x is approximately 7.12. Sorry, 42. 7.42. Now we've got our lateral surface area, and we have our total surface area. So total surface area is 103.67 square centimeters. And if it costs 5 cents per square centimeter, then we'll multiply 103.67 times 5 cents to get our cost. So if the waffle cone costs 5 cents per square centimeter, how much would it cost? Multiply your 5 cents times how many square centimeters you have, and you get about $5.18. Okay, now let's talk about our spheres. Volume and surface area. So volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. And then a hemisphere, you would just divide that by 2. And the same thing for surface area. As far as finding the hemisphere, here we'd have 4 pi r squared, and this would just be half. That would be 2 pi r squared. So this would be 2/3 pi r cubed. All right, now I'm just going to do 11 and 12. So this is a sphere. Actually, I'll do 11 and 13. This is a sphere. The volume is 4/3 pi times r cubed, which is 4 cubed. 4 cubed is 64. So if I take 64 times pi times 4/3, I get 268.08, and that's cubic inches. And the surface area would be 4 pi times r squared, which would be 4 times pi times 16, which gets me 201.06 square inches. Let's do 13. Well, that's a hemisphere. So the volume, we're going to take 4/3 pi r cubed. We're going to divide that by 2 because I only have half a sphere. So just take half of that, and then the surface area is 1/2 4 pi r squared. So I've made a mistake here, and the mistake is my radius is not 17. My radius is half of that. It's going to be 8.5. So I'll take 8.5, cube that, times 4/3 times pi. And then I'll divide that by 2 because I only have half a sphere. And I'll get 1,286.22. And for surface area, I'll just take 2 pi r squared or half of 4 pi r squared. So 8.5 squared times 4 times pi, but divide that by 2 because I've only got half a sphere, and that is 453.96. And our very last problem here, the volume is 100 cubic inches, so 4 pi r cubed equals 100, and I want to find the radius. Well, I need to get rid of everything that isn't r cubed here. Okay, so I'm going to divide off the 4 pi to get rid of that. So r cubed equals 100 divided by 4 pi. That's going to be 7.957, so 7.96. And then I'll just take the cube root of that, 1.996. And that would be inches. So that's all we need for today. Hope you guys have a fantastic Monday, and we'll see you back here